Shoo! Top of the morning, sir.
Champion.
Yes, sir.
Champion.
Crypto Warriors, STAKK Nation. Happy Monday. Wait, what is today? Today's Monday, right? Yes. Happy Monday and welcome back to the channel. Oh man, it's amazing to be here. It's amazing to be back. Double O, how you feeling, sir?
Hey, I'm feeling like a farmer today, man. It's time to put on that thinking hat, take your time and meditate and catch them fishes.
Hey man, I got you. I hear you, brother. Well, let's take a look at the market today. What do you have going on, man? Give us some updates, bro. What you got going on? What's happening in the Bitcoin sphere?
Oh, man. Bitcoin sphere. Folks, we're sorry about the internet connection. It's acting up today, but we'll see what happens with that, man. I think it's about time for me to get that Starlink.
Hey, no, I think Starlink is worse than regular internet.
Man, it's fortunate.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I need a solution. Just gotta think.
Exactly.
All right, so we're looking at Bitcoin right now, right? And this is on the 4-hour chart. We can switch to the daily chart. It looks a little bit similar, so not too much to be worried about there. We'll put an ad line. I'm not sure if you guys remember several months ago, about a month back, we'll put an ad line on 19K saying that's going to be a major stop area before we go for the 13K stop area at the bottom back there. Let's see what's going on here. Come on, move it. Guys, excuse us, man. Today's one of those days. Internet is not cooperating. Anyway, yeah, so that was a 13K major stop down there. But we thought 19K was going to be a major stop. So right now we're seeing one of those patterns where it's a parallel pattern. It's just moving sideways. Should we be concerned about that? Yes. So there is a major resistance level right exactly where we had right now. If you're looking at the Fibonacci extensions, we have crossed the one over here, over there, and if we go to 1.618, that'll be a parabolic movement, which is good, but we need to cross this 23K area for Bitcoin to continue the upward trend. Why? Because we've seen this before. This was May, June. We've seen the sideways movement before. And each time you have a double top, triple top, that's very, very bad for Bitcoin because double tops, triple tops are major downwards movements. But as we saw there at that 29K level, we fought that really hard and it failed it badly due to some major news. And we can talk about some news right now that could cause this double top or this triple top to fail again. And I think the conversation about what's going on in Russia, what's going on with Matt Gox and all the other stuff could be some interesting news that could either bring us going downwards or better news is that we could cross these fib levels and pump up back to 29K.
Yeah, I think that's I would say this. I've not really been heavily diving into the tier lately, but I will say from what I was looking at over the weekend, I did notice that Bitcoin has been creating some higher highs. It's on an upward trend. Is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to keep moving up, but I think that it could be, when I look at that, I'm thinking to myself, is this a bull trap, if you will, right? Or is this just Bitcoin slowly moving up over a period of time and no one else is noticing it? But, I think it's an interesting place where it is right now. 22,000. I did not expect this at this point in time. What about you?
Yep, that is an II. That is, what you call it? What's this pattern called? I forgot. That is an upward. Did I expect this to happen? We were looking at the Wyckoff theory a while back. It might be realigning now that the markets are trying to stabilize. We don't know yet. I wish it was 17K at the bottom. I don't know yet either. Nobody knows. It's a possibility of saying 13K. Yes, if we fail these levels again, there's a big chance that whatever happened in May could be happening again. And if we don't, yes, we have an upward movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, and then the question is, should I be buying Bitcoin, right? We're just buying the entire time.
Yeah, I think it's always a time to buy Bitcoin. Personally, I'm just always slowly buying so that at some point, it just all averages out. Is really what it is, right? But just some other
Hey, you bought a
interesting
lot at
details here.
17K though.
I did, and I've been continuously buying it. I don't. I mean, I feel like almost every day I'm definitely buying Bitcoin. It's definitely a habit of mine now. Every morning, I definitely it's the first thing I do. So, um, other points to look at here. Before we actually get into that, let's look at some comments. We have a comment from Wendy. By the way, Wendy
Yeah,
sent us a suggestion,
a request.
right, for a
Yeah.
video, and we have something coming, Wendy. We've been working on that. We also have
Yes.
Megan Gomez. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Megan. Good morning. All right, so
Morning, Megan.
we have some liquidations that happen, right? We can see that as of what is it, July 17th? That was yesterday. With this upward
Yeah.
move, there's about $50 million of Bitcoin shorts liquidated. So, and as you can see, it's just kind of steady at this point. Nothing too drastic going on as
I
previously.
have to say something though. We were lucky
What's
to
that?
have learned this whole leverage situation October of last year.
Mm,
A lot of folks want to
yeah,
make money really quick. So like, yeah, the market is down. It's a bear market. Let me go ahead and short the markets. Did you see what happened
exactly.
to all those Ethereum traders? They got destroyed. Traders got destroyed this weekend.
Well,
Ethereum
I
went
think
up. I know. We don't care about Bitcoin, but same thing happened with Bitcoin traders as well. We don't trade Bitcoin. I don't know why
yeah.
you would, but
Hey,
just buy
it's
an
part of
old
the
man, DCA.
it's part of the game, man. Some people have to get wrecked so others can win. It is what it is.
Yo,
So no
yo, that's the
complaints
way the
there.
markets work.
Oh, by the way, I have to point out my the node which we've been syncing forever now is finally done. That took forever. First of all, so for those who are not familiar with what a Bitcoin node is just a way for you to participate in the network, right? And make the
Yep.
network even more decentralized. And so we'll definitely be doing some more videos on that. Very excited for that. Shall
Yes,
we
sir.
jump into today's activity, sir?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So, and before we jump into this article here, I want to point out one of the main reasons we're doing this is because I think, obviously, Bitcoin is a global asset. So, with anything that is happening around the world, I think that it is a good opportunity for us to look at the examples from these other countries. Like, let's say China, for example. Before the ban of mining in China, many people could wonder, like, if Bitcoin mining was actually banned in an area, what will happen? It is this test that has to happen live, right, as the thing is running, and that happened, and we saw what happened there. Nothing happened to Bitcoin. Now we have another situation here where Putin signs a ban on crypto payments in Russia. Right, it seems like it's a fear of capital flight in this situation. Russian President Vladimir Putin today signed into law a national ban on using digital assets for payments. Right, back in January, uh, we know that the Bank of Russia proposed an outright ban on crypto. Outright ban on crypto. Okay, for payments or investments. Right, today's law doesn't go quite as far. In February, Russia's finance ministry submitted a draft of cryptocurrency regulations to the government, which, like the law enacted today, allows investing in digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not using them to buy things. Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, you kind of said that in the beginning. So what you want to do in this situation is that you want to look at similar events happened in Nigeria.
Right,
It happened in the Euro space, the Euro banks, and then you had China, and then you had Russia. So what you want to look at is when those type of events occurred, what happened to Bitcoin, and what we've seen is maybe a little dip, but then those dip has to relate to the volume of Bitcoin in those spaces. And one of the
right,
biggest dip was China because China had one of the largest volume and the largest mining space. Right. Nigeria, they banned Bitcoin, but thank God for the design of Bitcoin. The peer-to-peer was literally like
right,
nothing even hit them. Those guys just continue to do what they do. And I think the same thing is going to happen to Russia here. The volume of Bitcoin trading and exchanges in Russia is not that high. I think you have a chat there to show us.
yeah.
It's not that
Actually, I
high.
think
So with this news, what's going to be the impact to the price of Bitcoin? It might just be a little bit of a dip, but it's not going to be that major. Um,
absolutely.
because there's also documentation that shows that the volume of peer-to-peer, which cannot be banned by any kind of regulation,
Right.
um, it's so high in Russia that you cannot knock them out because Russians don't use exchanges; they use peer-to-peer, which is what we're trying to do as well. Is that get more folks to do peer-to-peer transactions for Bitcoin?
Absolutely. Before we carry on here, before we look at that chart, I was just looking at the comments, and Wisdom Never Sleeps says the volume is too low. I'm not sure if he's referring to me or to you, but I did turn up my volume. So just let us know, Wisdom, if you can hear us better now.
Oh yeah.
Right. Free Mind Canada. Realistically, we will probably touch the bottom in March of 2023. We will touch the bottom in March of 2023 if we look at past cycles. So here's the thing: if we look at past cycles, there's a couple things that I will point out. For one, I don't think we probably should have gone as high as we did in the last bull run, right? Because if you also look at those past cycles, at least from what I've seen, and you guys can let me know based on what your TA says, we have these pullbacks of at least 80% or so, right? Now, an 80% pullback from the very top, I think that brings us to about maybe like 15K, about, or maybe close to 10K. I don't remember. I have to go back and pull up that chart. But in this case, this pullback is happening from what? It was like 69K. And so if we look back, let me see here. I'm just going to pull up that chart here. But I think 15K is supposed to be around where it is. I mean, I'm going to correct myself if I'm incorrect about that. But I don't think it's going to be too drastic of a pullback. You know, I know people are talking about 10K, but it's possible that we may not make it to 10K. I will also add that, right? But 100%, I see where you're coming from, Freedom Mind. All right, Jake Fever says, "Don't worry about bottoms. Just ask is it cheap or expensive." Agreed. Let's see. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you as well. All right,
Monday morning.
I know Monday mornings are the best, man. I love Monday mornings. So I'm just gonna jump back into this here. The Russia stands out as a global leader in Bitcoin volume. This is obviously an old article from Crypto Differ, and we're showing this was in 2020, right? We see that Russia was definitely leading in the peer-to-peer space. This is from local Bitcoins. This is also old data. We're now in 2022, but given that they were ahead at this point in time, I will not see a reason why that would have drastically changed to this point. But again, if we look at the charts, if we hop onto CoinDance here, and Kenny, this is actually a site that you brought to my attention, which I thought this was pretty cool. If we look here, you see that this is peer-to-peer activity, right, on local Bitcoins for Russia. And you can see that that is still happening. Now, the reason why we bring this up is because we see a lot of regulations and things like that. And a lot of times these regulations and whatever else laws that leaders put into place requires convincing people to participate. Actually, I think I'm not showing the right chart there. Let me make sure I have the right one.
I think Russia's all the way to the bottom if you're following the alphabets.
It's a good time for me to learn how to recite my ABCs, man, before I embarrass myself in front of the whole. All right, so there's Russia there on the left side, and we can see, yes, the peer-to-peer activity is a bit down, but it's still available, right? And so we can see that despite these rules and things like that, it seems to me this is more of a fear of capital flight, right? Not allowing people to spend with Bitcoin, but it also shows the ignorance, because how are you going to stop things like this from happening, right? Peer-to-peer transactions. How are you going to ban that? So it's interesting to see how this goes. And I think it's important for all of us to be paying attention to how this plays out, so that, you know, other places in the world can learn from it. It's the same thing like the China banning mining, which I mentioned before. So there's that.
Which goes back to the reason why we all need to contribute through running our own nodes, which helps the peer-to-peer networks. Yeah. 100%. Can I show something real quick?
Go for it.
To support what you're saying. So let me add to the stream. It's this right now. So if we look at the all-time chart of Bitcoin, that was that conversation earlier about Bitcoin is still going to go down to match up. If you look at the RSI, for those of us that trade, right, we usually want to use the RSI for the point of entry, right? Anything in the 20 or 30 range, crossing upward with the slow stochastic, it's so if you look at Bitcoin here, point, it's been down there, right, which is seldom rare. Historically, it's never really gone that low, and it's not crossing back
Right.
upwards. So if you're looking at the all-time chart, it crossing back up with the volume increasing, which is down there, and with the volume, which is a sign for those of us to trade, is that hey, you better get in before you lose out on the trade.
Absolutely. Well, hey, for the traders, man, hopefully that was useful to you, right? Let's look at some more comments here before we're closing this out as we get to the end. Dude, how do I want to pronounce this name? Is it Debnam? Debnam L, right? Debnam L says, smash the likes button, folks. Well, we have 12 people watching and 10 likes, so I guess that's a good ratio. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please smash the like button. Hey, the best over here, man. The best comment section ever. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show. Let us know what are some things that you're observing in the Bitcoin space. We did get a topic recommendation or a topic request from Wendy, which, by the way, Wendy, I hope you're enjoying the shirt. And we're going to be releasing a video on that on our channel. Be sure to check it out. If you have some other things you would like our take on, definitely shoot us a message on Twitter or just leave it in the comments, right? And we'll create a video and give you our perspective on the situation. Any final thoughts down below?
It's Monday. Go fishing.
I love who goes fishing on Monday, bro? I do love Mondays, though. I would say that. I love Mondays. I feel like Monday is the day of greatness. Monday is the day that you set the tone for the rest of the week, man. You let all the Dogecoin holders know that, life is good, I guess. I was going to roast some Dogecoin owners, but I'm not even in the mood for that today. Well, if you have nothing else to say, if you have nothing else to add, sir, I think we can close this one out, yeah?
Yeah, for watching.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to the Gentlemen of Crypto channel, of course. I mean, these guys are awesome. Subscribe to our channel as well, STAKK, and follow us on Twitter, STAKKFin, same on Instagram. Until next time, brazen out.
Double O out.
Awesome.